With the launch, it went as smooth as the ESCOM tribunal. For once, it's actually good for us to be getting the product second. Good afternoon and welcome to Turbo Tortoise Tech. If you're new here, I'm Reese of the 4-piece variety or Wooks Triple XL, and I've gotten the 3 new of each. The Series 1 Pro, which is an all new mouse, completely new frame and stuff. It's similar to the Model O Minus, but with a couple of upgrades and a couple of pretty significant changes to its overall shape and some of the internals of the mouse. And then similarly, we have the Model O Pro, which has been really nicely finished and is now a legitimate competitor to super light things like the Viper and like the namesake Logitech Superlight. This is now lighter than both of those, and with similar battery life and feature sets and stuff, it's quite easy to recommend, especially when the bump sensor is basically a Pixel 3389 with a couple of mods in it. So it's very, very good. Both of these have practically exactly the same internals. It's just a little bit of size and weight difference. So I've done the unboxing video already, so if you want to get more into the shape and etc., the changes for the Series 1 Pro, then I will put that out in a pop-up. Today we're just going to be talking about performance, because now I've had a week to use both of them, and the Model O Pro was very comfortable for me. With a larger hand and stuff, it was absolutely exceptional. I just defaulted this, especially the Golden Panda. I really like the way this looks with the black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Very Wiz Khalifa. And I'm very okay with that. They've done a really, really good job on this product. It feels absolutely perfect. I had a Model O from the first series and launch. I did a cable change on that, and then I was still using that mouse until very recently. Unfortunately, the cable decided to kick the bucket and I can't get a spare. Thank you so much, Glorious. But it was a really good mouse. I actually used it for 3 years, which is quite a long time for me to actually use a mouse for that little amount of time and it not die a horrible death is pretty impressive going. And now this one doesn't have holes in it, as you might notice. Hard shell, which a lot of people have been asking for. A lot of people don't like the dust and stuff getting inside their product, so this is going to be much easier to clean. Exactly the same physical setup otherwise, however. Now the Series 1 Pro, this is a little bit different to the Model O, not just in its shape, but actually internals and the feel of it. The sensors are identical, so the tracking performance and stuff, which is phenomenal, as you'll see from some of the CSGO clips I've got from my time using it, just rolling around some retakes, just trying to hit some shots on AWP, etc., get some flicks in and see if the tracking was as one-for-one as I would like, and it was. If I set a mouse to 400 DPI and I can just go into game and start flicking onto target, then I know the tracking is good and it's working as it should be. So the bump sensor is really working quite nicely. The major difference between these two, beyond the shape and the feel, is actually the buttons. The main buttons on these are actually quite different. They might sound similar on the mic, so I'm going to do a little sound test quickly. You can maybe hear the sharpness difference a little bit between the two, and these do feel sharper. This set feels very, very sharp, whereas these are a little bit damper. Both of them do a really good job with the individualized buttons, making them, separate from the body, that you can claw right back up onto them and still click them right at the back of the mouse. But I'm sure even on the mic you can hear that there's a significant difference between the two. So it's not just the size, it's actually how it feels when you're using it. I did get a little bit carpal tunnel-y kind of vibe from this guy, just because it's like minute in my hand, whereas the Model O Pro is a much better, more natural fit. So the nice thing now is we don't really have to make a choice between the two as far as size goes. Their release internationally was handled, let's say, a little bit poorly, and this went on pre-sale first, and then only after the pre-sale was finished for this did they open up the pre-sale for the Series 1 Pro. Luckily, we don't have to deal with that in South Africa. This is actually where coming in second as far as receiving the products at least goes. it's actually been sort of advantageous for us, because now you can get your Model O Pro. The stock is already live on Evetech in the 3 main colors. You can get the Red Fox, you can get the Golden Panda, and you can get the Blue Lynx, all on Evetech right now. They're all listed and available. There are still Model O minuses as well in stock if you would obviously prefer that. But if you want a Series 1 Pro, there's no confirmed ETA for the stock yet, but at least we don't have to pre-order this one before we then get access to the Series 1 Pro. So you can obviously just wait for the Series 1 Pro. The pricing should be quite similar. There is a bit of a difference from the dollar rate that you'll see on the Gloria site compared to local. That's just literally because of tax. Can you dig it? And transport, because our country is, quite large and sparsely populated. So these things do kind of factor into the price, but most of it's tax. It's like a 10% increase. I mean, that's like 200 Rand just in tax. So you can thank the ANC for that. Never mind that our VAT is like 15% compared to 5% in most countries. So yeah, there's just 10% on 10. Like there's import tax plus another 10% on VAT. That's why the price point is where it is. But even with that being said, these are still cheaper than its other, competitors. So I think they've done a good job to come in at the right price in this mouse. As you'll see on the scale as well, it did actually test to 56 grams, and then the Series 1 Pro was hovering between 50 and 51. So very accurate. I mean, on the weight, that is just a little 200 Rand kitchen scale. It's nothing fancy, so we could give it a leeway of a gram probably, which is almost exactly what's happened though. But they are right like within a gram of their quoted weights. The cable system and stuff for both are exactly the same. You do get a really nice soft braided detachable type C, so if it does break, then it's just a type C cable. Is molded for the front of the mouse as well as for the connecting block over here. So this can then obviously just sit on your desk like that. It's got Glorious embossed on the bottom of the USB as well if you aren't using the extender. But I would see you just having it like that sort of thing, and then when you need to charge, which will be seldom, then you can connect it into the mouse from there. They really have knocked it out of the park as far as battery life goes. They're pretty much exactly as quoted. I got 60 hours off of like 70%. So they quoted, there was 30% battery left. So they quoted of 84 hours is almost exactly on the money as well. So it's kind of disappointing. They brought out like really good new products, like really good new additions to their product line. It's just how they decided to do the release was a little bit poor, and I can see why that was badly received by the rest of the mouse and gaming enthusiast community. But luckily, like I said, in South Africa, we can dodge that bullet, and hopefully the Series 1 Pro stock will be through in the next few weeks. There are 3 different colors as well. They are all listed nicely on the Gloria site if you want to have a better look at them, etc. Then you can do so there. The Gloria software, something I've skimmed over a little bit, it's basic and fluid. It's pretty much exactly the same as it's been with the Glorious core stuff, just a little bit more refined and a little bit easier to use. But full macro support, full recoding of absolutely any button. You can remap it to whatever you want it to do. You can remap every single DPI color to be what you want it to be. DPI indicator on the bottom, and then both of them have the DPI switch behind the scroll like that. In general, in a summary for these 2 mice, I really do like them. I think they've done an exceptionally good job. The sensor felt fantastic. I'm generally quite fussy with that. I very much do promote and approve, or sort of try to use the SteelSeries TrueMove Pro. That's my absolute favorite sensor right now. I'm using a Prime Plus as a reference point on the base, so this felt incredible with the weight as well. It was even considerably lighter, noticeably lighter than that. The build quality and stuff, I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10, maybe a closer to a 9. They could improve a little bit on some of the seams and stuff, especially with the newer product, the Model O. You can see the refinement over time. So, but as a first generation product, this is still very, very nice. And for people that don't, I mean, this is the majority of people, aren't 6-foot mongoloids like myself that have, need of a smaller mouse, then this is going to be absolutely perfect at 49 grams with 80 hours battery life. Absolutely sick. So look out for these on the Evetech store. Anywho, if you have enjoyed this review, please do hit us up with a like and subscribe, and I will see you on the flip side.